Uber in Syracuse? New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo is moving forward to pass legislation that could make it possible. How would this affect local taxi services?
And President Trump is setting a quick pace towards building the wall between Mexico and the United States. What does this mean for relations between the two countries?
Plus, Hollywood actor Shia Labeouf was released from prison today after a confrontation at an anti-Trump rally. All this and more on Citrus TV News live at 6.
This is Citrus TV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
Good evening, I'm Michael Tricarico.
And I'm Mike Riccardi, filling in for Brooke Latz.
Governor Andrew Cuomo is moving forward with plans to allow Uber in upstate New York.
What does this mean for local taxi services like Blue Star? Citrus TV News reporter Brooke Lutsky has more on this story.
Hello, taxi. Listen, they're almost there. Like 2 more minutes.
Blue Star Taxi has been in Syracuse since 1999, but a new proposal could threaten its business. Governor Cuomo announced in a press conference last Wednesday a plan to bring ride-sharing services like Uber to upstate New York. But some taxi drivers don't think it's necessary.
You have other taxi companies out here that's going to lose a lot of money by just bringing that company in.
Clarence Parks has been driving for Blue Star Taxi for 5 years.
Bring them to a city of the population of the city of Syracuse, which there is only 800 to 900,000 people here. You taking jobs away when we have bills and responsibilities and family to take care of.
While some local taxi companies fear their future, SU Student Association is fully backing the ride-sharing services, believing that students will greatly benefit from them.
SA has been supportive of this since probably day one.
Eric says one of the many things it will do is create job opportunities for students.
A service like this could be a very cost-effective way for students to get around more and take advantage of what Syracuse has to offer. I have a background in retail. I couldn't work at the Destiny Mall because I could only get there with not paying for it myself with the buses that go there on Friday and Saturday nights.
Brooke Taylor, Citrus TV.
Cuomo's proposal on bringing services such as Uber to the state of New York is still in its developing stages.
Republican Laura Levine announced today that she is running for mayor of Syracuse. The lifelong Syracuse resident met Wednesday night with members of the Republican City Committee to inform them of her candidacy. Levine has the support of Onondaga County Republican Chairman Tom Dady, who made an announcement today. Dady expressed his wish for Republicans to unify and rally around Levine. The mayorship is up for grabs as the incumbent will not be fighting for the spot. Current Mayor Stephanie Miner will reach the end of her two-term limit this year. A team of scientists from Syracuse University created an artificial ice storm in New Hampshire in order to study ice storms and extreme weather. The scientists sprayed water 100 feet into the air, which created freezing rain. This research is being done in order to determine effects of climate change on weather. Severe weather such as ice storms have dramatic effects on the environment and local communities.
University College Syracuse's part-time degree program has a new interim dean. Michael Frischello was appointed as the new dean today after former dean Bia Gonzalez was promoted to vice president of community engagement in December. Frischello was formerly the director of online learning at the College of Engineering and Computer Science.
The movie A Dog's Purpose is under fire after TMZ released a shocking video of what some allege to be abuse of a dog on set. The film was set to be shown here on campus in April. How did SU react? Conor Wight has more.
How can you abuse dogs and then make a movie about how great they are? Right.
Orange After Dark has canceled the screening of the now controversial film A Dog's Purpose, following recent allegations that a dog was mistreated on set. Orange After Dark hosts late-night movies each Friday and Saturday here in Huntington Beard Krause in the building's Gifford Auditorium. A wide variety of movies spanning several genres have been shown.
Definitely remember seeing one of the Hunger Game ones and Divergent. I remember seeing those.
Though used for things like statistics class during the week, lessons about standard deviation will be replaced by movies like Moana come Friday. A Dog's Purpose, however, will not be one of those films. Orange After Dark have yet to announce a replacement for the film, and what viewers sitting in these seats behind me will see on the nights of April 14th and April 15th of this year. Students were pleased with the decision to cancel screening, provided the allegations are true.
Well, definitely, if there's dog abuse, by all means, shut it down.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. Well, whoever did that got caught.
Especially because, like, the movie, the trailers, they promoted, like, how dogs' life is, like, wonderful and how they help human beings and, like, how they're, like, their lasting impression, even after they're gone, they're still with you. So to be harming dogs on the side and behind the scenes of a movie that's supposed to be happy,
There's a contradiction.
Conor Wight, Citrus TV News.
And we have received recent news that the movie Sleepless has replaced A Dog's Purpose on the Orange After Dark website. We will have more detailed information on this developing fact tomorrow night at 6. Jack Watson is here to give us a first look at the weather.
Jack, how's it looking out there today?
Well, guys, a consistently clear day has been very difficult to come by so far. As we can see, 38 degrees is what it got up to today. A clear morning giving way to a pretty rainy afternoon with winds blowing from the west-southwest at 14 miles per hour. But could there be more snow in our forecast? Find out when Citrus TV News Live at 6 returns, guys.
Thanks, Jack. Mexican President Nieto is refusing to pay for the wall between Mexico and the United States. How did President Trump respond?
And Trump made his first trip as president today, traveling to Philadelphia for the GOP retreat. What did he say during his address? Stay tuned.
Got a quarter?
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
What are you, superheroes?
Just four brothers who hate bullies and love this city.
Gear up, guys.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the Citrus TV newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at Citrus TV News, your campus news leader.
I lament and am against the decision by the United States to extend the wall, which for years has divided us instead of uniting us. Mexico does not believe in walls. I've said time again, Mexico will not pay for any wall.
That was Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto in a video statement released last night addressing United States President Donald Trump's plan for a wall at the border.
The wall, according to Speaker of the House Paul Ryan, will cost $12 to $15 billion, and taxpayers will foot the bill until Mexico reimburses the U.S.
Both Trump and Nieto were supposed to meet next week in Washington, D.C., but the two administrations agreed to cancel the meeting in wake of the rising tensions over the issue.
In further news, President Donald Trump plans to impose a 20% tax on imports from Mexico. This is in direct response for Mexico's refusal to pay for the wall.
White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer stated that this tax could raise $10 billion per year, which is more than enough to build the wall, which is estimated to cost between $8 billion and $20 billion.
Moving our focus now to Philadelphia, where President Trump spoke to Republican leaders at the GOP retreat earlier this morning.
Trump addressed issues such as waterboarding, immigration, NAFTA, and oil pipelines. The trip marked Trump's first time as president boarding Air Force One, as well as one of his first public addresses since his inauguration.
The former Secretary of State, Madeleine Albright, claims that she will be registering herself as a Muslim if President Trump makes any changes affecting immigrants traveling to the United States.
The president campaigned on fighting terrorism and could potentially sign an order that bans refugees from entering the country for 180 days.
Albright stated that America must remain open to people of all faiths and backgrounds.
Well, an old proverb says, never bite the hand that feeds you, but Chelsea Manning is doing just that.
The former Marine who leaked military documents wrote an op-ed in The Guardian earlier this morning criticizing former President Barack Obama's legacy.
Manning said Obama's presidency was, quote, insufficiently progressive and thought the president should have been bolder in his actions. This drew criticism from President Trump, who called Manning a, quote, ungrateful traitor who should have never been released from prison.
Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said today the Iran deal, quote, paves Iran's path to the bomb.
Netanyahu has staunchly opposed the deal, a sentiment shared by President Donald Trump. The two leaders appear to be in the early days of a strong relationship, both believing that the Iran deal negotiated by former President Obama is toxic.
Netanyahu said he believes President Trump understands the danger of the deal that poses to Israel and shares his belief that Iran's, quote, commitment to destroy Israel.
The two will speak in person in the White House in February.
President Trump will have his first foreign leader visit to the White House tomorrow. Theresa May will be visiting Washington to discuss trade relations, the North American Trade Organization, and the Syrian conflict.
In his first week in office, President Trump declared to withdraw from the Trans-Pacific Partnership and renegotiate the North America Trade Agreement. The Prime Minister spoke today at the GOP retreat in Philadelphia before traveling to D.C.
The National Palace of Culture displayed 9 archaeological pieces rediscovered last year.
The Mayan steels shown at the exhibition were recovered from the United States and El Salvador. The organization collected more than 22 pieces in the last year. By the end of 2017, authorities hope to bring back more than 200 pieces from Guatemala from the past decade.
Police in Sweden have arrested 3 men over the charges that they gang raped a woman live on Facebook. The alleged crime was broadcasted live in a private Facebook group with about 2,000 members and took place in an apartment in the city of Uppsala. Police started getting calls about the broadcast shortly after it started and arrested the men on the spot. The 3 men remain in custody.
Well, guys, it's been pretty difficult, as I said before, to come across a clear day lately. As we can see, it's raining right now. Could be snow later into the night. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Now, clear morning, rainy afternoon, winds coming out of the west-southwest at 14 miles per hour. We move on to current temperatures here, 38 as we said for Syracuse, 39 Fulton, Penn 39, and out here in Rochester, 38 degrees as well. Now we take a look at our future radar here. We see rain, snow, wintry mix moving into the region, but we can see that consistently moving out and above as the radar progresses here. And we're going to begin to see the entire Syracuse region almost completely unaffected by this big storm that's happening up here, which is absolutely fantastic for guys like me who like to wear shorts at this time of year. Now looking at tonight's forecast, as we said before, could be in for some snow. 34 degrees. It's going to feel a lot colder than that note with winds coming in from the west at 15 miles per hour with these snow showers. Looking at your Friday day planner here as we're waking up for classes, 32 degrees, noon 35, and we trail off into 33 degrees at 6 p.m. Clouds throughout the day, pretty much overcast. That's what we're looking at with 20% chance of precipitation. That's going to increase as we go into Friday night. And if you're as big of a Syracuse basketball fan as I am, you're probably already thinking about your commute to the Carrier Dome when we play the dreaded Florida State Seminoles. As we can see, 32 degrees midday. Snow is very likely, so bundle up as the wind is going to be blowing as well. Your CitrusTV 5-day here, we take a look at overcast skies, as we said before Friday. Snow showers early Saturday leading to an overcast Sunday. Monday with a chance of snow, and we begin to see those temperatures trailing off. Look at those low temperatures, 15 on Monday and 21 on Tuesday, guys.
So Jack, I am a big fan of cross-country skiing, so I welcome the snow. But when can we expect to see the sun again?
Well, right now it's consistently overcast as we go into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. Maybe late next week is the earliest we are going to see the sun again.
So as far as rain or snow goes, what should we expect for next week?
Well, Monday and Tuesday, depending on how cold it gets, we could get a significant portion of snow, but we won't be able to know until that comes, Mike.
All right. Thanks, Jack. Appreciate it.
Coming up, the Dow closed today trending upwards of 20,000.
And Scarlett Johansson is filing for divorce from her current husband. More on that after the break.
Taking care of a family member can lead to plenty of questions. Fortunately, there's a place to get the answers, for them and for you. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the CitrusTV newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at CitrusTV News, your campus news leader.
A new study has found that many American children still consume too much sugar. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention released a study that claimed 2/3 of American children consumed at least one sugary beverage. About 30% of children consume 2 or more sugary drinks a day. The study recommended that children decrease their sugar intake to only about 100 calories a day. The Dow continued to rise today with a record opening this morning. The Dow hit 20,000 for the first time ever yesterday. S&P and NASDAQ also hit record highs at opening this morning. A chief market economist at First Standard Financial in New York says President Trump is part of the rise, but the market is strong overall.
American Airlines will no longer have screens in seats for in-flight entertainment. According to the airline, 90% of its passengers bring their own electronic devices. The airline will instead offer high-speed internet access from GoGo and Viasat. This follows the trend of other airlines who also are removing the screens from planes. United Airlines is removing screens and adding Wi-Fi to their planes, while JetBlue will now offer free high-speed internet over the continental United States. And actor Shia Labeouf has been arrested and released following an anti-Trump rally in New York City. The actor and artist has been charged with misdemeanor assault and a harassment violation after getting into a scuffle with anti-Trump protesters outside the Museum of Moving Images. Labeouf is planning to protest Trump for 4 years with a continuously run art exhibition outside the museum. Scarlett Johansson and husband Romain Duriac have split up. The two were seen together at a New York City art exhibit last night, just hours after the news went public. According to People magazine, the two have been separated since the summer. The couple has been married since 2014 and has one daughter together. Johansson was previously married for 3 years to fellow actor Ryan Reynolds.
Next in sports, we get a chance to hear from Coach John Desko. Also, Pearl Washington received another honor, and I let you know all about the Carmelo Anthony trade rumors. Stay tuned to Citrus TV.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed.
I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close. I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow?
No.
Snow-covered trees.
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you get stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me.
Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Coach Desko and his players addressed the media today, just a few weeks away from the season opener. Coach feels confident about his redshirt senior goalkeeper, Evan Malloy.
He started about halfway through the season for us last year, and I thought that he helped us get some of the wins that we got. I think he was very good out of the goal, along with making some very good saves, and he's a very vocal leader at the defensive end of the field, which is good to have. And I think he just is starting where he left off last year, and also voted as a captain, as you mentioned. So he's a natural leader back there, and he's playing very well in the goal for us right now.
Cuse opens the season welcoming Siena to the Dome on February 11th at 4 p.m. Keep checking Citrus TV Sports all season for updates on the team. Syracuse men's soccer announced it has added 2 more players to the program today, Hugo Delhomley and Digimon Johnson. Delhomley comes to Cuse after playing at Lander University in South Carolina and for the Premier Development League's Reading United. He has 2 years of eligibility left. Johnson will be a freshman next fall and graduated from South Kent, a boarding school in Connecticut. He led his team to an 18-1 record last year and a top-drawer national championship. Coach Ian McIntyre raved about both players' abilities and how they will fit with what Syracuse wants to do. Syracuse legend Pearl Washington will be a part of this year's ACC Basketball Legends class. The Legends will be recognized during the ACC tournament in Brooklyn this March. The class includes an important player or coach from every school in the ACC. Also being inducted is former North Carolina State head coach Jim Valvano and Duke's Antoine Jameson. Washington was a great player for Cuse and an even bigger inspiration for the Syracuse community in recent years. Sadly, Pearl passed away last spring, but he has not been forgotten. Boeheim Court now has his number 31 at center court. Trade rumors have been swirling around New York Knicks star forward Carmelo Anthony for weeks now. One of the potential trade deals involves sending Carmelo to the Cavaliers for Kevin Love. LeBron seemed to put these rumors to bed after Cleveland lost at home last night to the Sacramento Kings. James said, "We gotta play. We can't play fantasy basketball. We got who we got, and we gotta go out and play." Melo has yet to respond to the trade rumors about being sent to Cleveland. The Islanders and Sabres are both in action tonight, while the Rangers are off until Tuesday. The Islanders sit near the bottom of the Metropolitan Division standings, welcoming the Atlantic Division leading Montreal Canadiens to the Barclays Center. Buffalo heads down to Dallas to take on the Stars. The Sabres are currently 20-18-9, while the Stars are 19-20-10. Puck drops at 7 in Brooklyn. In Dallas, game time is 8:30. The finals of the Australian Open are almost set, and if Rafael Nadal can beat Grigor Dimitrov tomorrow, it will be a set of classic matchups in the men's and women's finals, with Nadal versus Federer on the men's side and the Williams sisters, who are set to square off against one another for the 9th time in a Grand Slam final. The last all-Williams final was 2009, which was also Venus's last Grand Slam title. Federer's last title came over 4 years ago, and at the age of 35, he is the oldest man to reach the Grand Slam final since 1974. Nadal and Dimitrov play tomorrow morning at 3:30.
All right, KJ, you talked about Carmelo Anthony. Where do you think he ends up?
You know, I really don't know at this point. I can say that I don't think he's staying in New York through the season. He wants to get out of there, and they don't want him there anymore, it seems.
All right, thanks, KJ. Appreciate it. Coming up after the break, we take one more look at your weather, as well as take a look at what's coming up next here on OTN.
Diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it.
You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness. I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
Welcome back. Jack, what's the weather going to be like tonight for all those seniors that want to go to the bars?
Well, as we can see with our day planner here, low 30s to start out the day. And as we move into the noon hours, it's going to be around 35 degrees, so pretty consistently in the low to mid 30s. As we go to 6 p.m., 33 degrees, and we can pretty much expect it to trail off into the high 20s from there. It's going to be a pretty overcast day, and we expect that to continue into the night. And a 20% chance of precipitation. So, and as I said before, we're going to see that increase as well.
So Jack, I do have class tomorrow, unfortunately. What do I need to wear when I head out in the morning?
Well, I would recommend a heavy jacket if you get pretty cold. Moderate if you're not that cold. Maybe 1 or 2 pairs of socks. That's what I like. And probably a sweater underneath. I would also recommend maybe gloves, hats, anything that keeps you warm.
So Jack, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Jack. Coming up here on OTN, it's sports on the bench. You could check out what's happened during this past week and while we were away for sports. And then there's a couple of Juice and Java, one of our entertainment shows. And
tune in at 7:30 for Talking Points. I will be hosting with Josh Carney. Don't miss all the breaking political news we have for you. On this day in history, 11 British fleet ships arrived on the colony of New South Wales, which marked the beginnings of the modern country of Australia.
Australia was originally founded as a penal colony despite difficulties with climate and farming that lasted many years. Australia has now established itself as a country with its own unique identity.
In 1818, January 26 was officially marked as a holiday in Australia to mark the 30th year anniversary.
However, in recent years, Indigenous Australians have protested the holiday, urging government to rename the holiday Invasion Day.
It's closely reminiscent of modern protests in the United States that we see today.
Well, that's all the time we have tonight. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook at CitrusTV News. I'm Michael Tricarico.
And I'm Mike Riccardi. Have a good night, Syracuse.